something like.
Recording. All right, welcome everyone. It's 4 o'clock on Thursday, August 14th, 2025, and welcome to the Library Board meeting. Our first item is the approval of the agenda, which we got earlier this week by email. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we have an agenda. Next, we have to approve the minutes from the July 10th Library Board meeting. We've gotten those in advance. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion, any need for clarification or improvement? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We have minutes, agenda and minutes. On to the financial report and summary. April, can you help us out there?
Yes. We are 59.18% through 2025, and our budget is approximately 58.72% expended. Bills paid during July included $1,301 to GOG Sheet Metal for repairs and cleaning for the hallway and children's room HVAC units. We had some trouble with thermostats and getting clogged up with cottonwood seeds, things like that.
No.
$533 to Hilliard for custodial supplies, paper towels, disinfectants, those kind of things. $6,165 to Ingram for books, and that was from the books and some miscellaneous donations. $253 to Classen Mechanical for air filters, a supply purchase. $468 to Metro Sales for the service contracts on our copy machines. $720 to Precision Alarm for our annual alarm monitoring fees. That includes our fire alarms and our panic buttons. $420 to BookPage for our annual subscription. This is a magazine that we pass out monthly that has articles about upcoming releases, author interviews, those kind of things. So it's kind of a publicity thing about books for our patrons to read. And then $399 to Traverse de Sioux for our annual Wildberry subscription, which was a Friends of the Library donation. I also just wanted to note that we received New Cat's annual rent for their use of the library's meeting room space and their office space down there. And so that is shown in the meeting room rental revenue line. That's the only revenue we'll receive for that line throughout the year. We also used to put rental fees for the meeting room in there, but we no longer charge those. The miscellaneous revenue line includes things like faxing, headphones, and coffee sales, and we've exceeded what we expected to take in for that this year. And then the special events programming line appears overspent right now, but that actually includes $8,875 worth of funding that will be reimbursed by Traverse de Sioux for. Those are for the grants we received for the Riffin, Griffin, and Mixed Nut programs. So without those accounted in there, the line is approximately 39% expended this year. And then although the fund balance was used for the badge and tree cabling for the door repairs we did, it is still coded to the contractual maintenance building line, so that's why that one appears overspent. When we're considering that expense, pulling that expense out, the line is approximately spent at 62%. So when and we've also done some spending for the Mellon Foundation grants, which is shown in the library technology grant lines and the library furniture grant lines. So when we pull those items out, our budget is overall expended at about 53%.
Any questions or comments? Now, you're fully using the badge system, right?
Yes, for the
Okay.
doors.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyone else want to comment on any of the finances? As I said, we're just chugging right along. We seem to know what we're doing here. So, okay. No questions or concerns about the financial report, so let's move on to the July Library Department Activities Report and Statistics.
Okay. Just a brief update on the Institute of Museum and Library Services funding. The Senate Appropriations Committee voted to advance a federal budget bill that includes retaining funding for IMLS at the 2025 funding levels for 2026. And that would include not sunsetting the department at this point. A full floor vote is tentatively slated for September. And then the ALA and state attorneys general lawsuits regarding the executive order to defund IMLS are continuing on.
Okay. All right, stay tuned.
And then just a note that Ruth Ann's letter to the editor regarding contacting lawmakers about IMLS funding was published in the New Ulm Journal on July 17th and was given mention in the thumbs up section by the editor on July 19th, so it got double exposure there. The parking lot has been patched after the steam line work, so we no longer have that pothole, so that's good. And then Minnesota Elevator is sending out a technician next week to look at the work that we need to do to the keypad for locking floors in the children's room elevator. So I expect to have more of an update for you on that next month.
Okay.
And then our maintenance technician, Jay Hughes, retired July 31st after 18 years as our maintenance technician. So we wish him well. We'll miss him. He was a great person to work with. And I have seen him a couple times since, and I know he's enjoying retirement to the fullest already. The position was posted internally and externally, and it has closed. So they're in the process of interviews now. And that's managed by the city's building official.
Do you participate in those reviews?
I have been invited to participate in the interview panel.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, right, because that person will be working with you.
Yes, and they also spend time at the fire department as well.
Oh, okay, so it's, okay. It's a split position, okay, good. Okay,
And then our Programming and Technology Services librarian is training staff from the Brown County Historical Society to use equipment in the mobile memory lab, which was one of our grant objectives. And so that'll help them digitize items in their collection using that equipment. And our regional library, Traverse de Sioux, has hired a technical services manager, and that person starts Monday, August 25th. They had their technical services manager passed away earlier this year, so that's been a tough process for them. So some additional help will be welcome, I know. And then library staff participated in New Ulm Night Out on July 31st. Our Programming and Technology Services librarian manned the Emergency Preparedness Fair info tent, and our Assistant Library Director, Megan, our reference librarian, and two of our library aides manned our activity tent, and they helped attendees make buttons that they could take.
and you had a beautiful night.
Yes, it was great. And then just, I wanted to note a few stats. We had 32 room reservations in July. That was up from 26 in June. We've had a drastic increase in use in our public computers. And I think this is mainly due to a group of teens whose attendance has been very consistent this summer. They're there almost daily using the computers. And the number of them changes each day, but they've been very consistent this summer. So that's really boosted our computer use numbers. And then our state park passes circulated 7 times in July. They were first available July 11th, so that's pretty much each pass being checked out every time it was returned to us. So, and we do have a small waiting list for that pretty
I
consistently.
had a friend
right now.
whose grandchildren came, and she checked one out. She thought it was just the greatest thing. I mean, because otherwise she'd have to go buy a pass, and this way she, could just use it.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then I included in the librarian's report the recap of our summer reading program report, which was compiled for us by our youth services librarian, Catherine Tatnall. So the Color Our World program ended Saturday, August 3rd, and finishers packets were passed out last week, and grand prize winners were drawn. We're still stamping reading records this week and giving out weekly prizes, but we're no longer handing out finishing packets because we've done the drawing. So overall, we handed out 503 reading logs and had 192 turned as of Monday. That's a finishing rate of about 38%. And for comparison, in 2024, we had 429 logs taken, 163 returned for a 38% finishing rate. So very similar results. And then we had 61 kids turn in their downtown scavenger hunts.
Oh, I love that.
And then we had really great overall program attendance. We had a total of 1,115 attend youth programs this summer. In 2024, that was 844. So we had a definite increase there. Some of the standouts for us were Monday morning story time. If you look through the list of programs, those are consistently over 50 people. And so our children's room felt full of activity, but it was really great. And of course, a couple of those story times came on days where the HVAC unit was not
Oh, no.
working. So it was warm up there. We did move it to the meeting room one day. And then our youth services librarian also conducted daycare outreach, which was attended by 58, where she went, I think it's Westridge Place, visited daycare out there to do a story times. And then our youth services aide led 2 Wednesday morning story times for the Little Kids Connection, which was attended by 37 kids. As you can see from some of the teen program numbers, reaching teens and getting them to participate in the program and attend our events continues to be a challenge that we're trying to address. Figure out what works for that age group. We beat our circulation goal. Our goal was to check out 25,000 items over the 8-week program, and this total circulation during that period was 30,789
Ka-ching.
items.
Wow.
And in 2024, it was 27,000, so we saw an increase there as well. And that both of those numbers include Libby circulation. And then I just want to say a big thank you to the Friends of the Library for donating the final prizes, the free books that we gave out, and the incentive prizes that we gave out weekly. Thank you to Traverse de Sioux Regional Library for the grant funding for the Riffin, Griffin, and Mixed Nuts programs. And then thank you to the Optimist Club for funding our movie license that allows us to show the Friday movies that we do. And then I just want to say congratulations to Catherine, our youth services librarian, and to Amy, our youth services aide, for a well-planned and executed program. They were busy. It was nonstop for them this summer, and they handled it all with grace and made it fun for the kids. So I just appreciate their work.
Great.
And we've received many positive comments from participants and parents, so that's been
Oh,
nice
I
to hear
believe
too.
that. I believe that. I was sad when my niece Mary Kate aged out. Oh, well. It was, I suppose it's inevitable. Anyone else want to make any comments about the summer program or the activities in July?
My family is just so thankful for the kid programs at the library. My kids love filling out their reading log and progressing in their reading. So we're very thankful to Catherine and the librarians
Yeah.
there.
Thank you.
Acapella group was just outstanding. So good.
April, can you explain more what Tales of the Town is? I know Leroy does it.
Yeah.
I haven't really watched one yet, but
So Tales of the Town is, it's an online series. It's available on our YouTube page. So if you just search New Ulm Public Library on YouTube, it's one of the channels, our playlists that we have. But it's a series in partnership with New Cat, the Brown County Historical Society, and State Street Theater. And they choose a historical story related to New Ulm or something that occurred here, important person who visited New Ulm or founded New Ulm. And then they, Leroy, our Programming Technology Services librarian, usually narrates the story. And then actors from the State Street Theater act out the story in the
I know my
videos.
son was in 1 or 2 of those, and I haven't seen it yet, but so that's why I was like, okay.
You really need to. They're cute. Yeah, they're really cute.
County Historical Society has helped us, verify the accuracy of
Oh,
the
that's
history
fun.
that's
Okay.
been shared.
Oh, I think they're a riot.
Should promote
They're
it
just a
more.
riot.
Well, and Leroy does such a good job.
Well, and the actors are fabulous.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, things are going well, things are really, we got a wonderful library.
Yes.
And what are we doing in August?
In August, our children's programs take a break. That's typical for us to give Catherine and Amy time to breathe a little bit, take a week of vacation, and then prepare for fall programs. During August, though, our chess club, which is attended by a lot of young patrons, and the Teen Pathfinder programs do continue. Author Ken Nurburn will be joining the history book group at Luca Books next Tuesday, August 19th at 12 p.m. to discuss his book, Neither Wolf Nor Dog. Copies are available for checkout at the library, and even if you haven't read the book, you're welcome to join us to hear Ken speak about it. And historian John Haymond will present the infamous Dakota War Trials of 1862 at the Brown County Historical Society Annex on Wednesday, August 20th at 12 p.m. And this is part of the Brown County Historical Society's U.S. Dakota War commemoration events. And that is made possible by an Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund grant, which you have in your resolutions.
Okay, on to August. Oh, no, that's it for August?
Yes.
Oh, that's it, right. All right.
Well, we have our recurring programs, our
Right.
needlework group,
Yeah, right.
book groups.
Right. All right, any questions or comments about the August programming calendar? If not, Brown County Library Board will present its 2026 appropriations request to the Brown County Commissioners on Thursday, August 28th at 11:15 in the third floor Commissioners' Chambers at the Brown County Courthouse. Is that at their regular meeting? Don't they usually meet on Tuesdays?
I believe it's a special meeting for appropriations
Oh,
where
okay.
Brown County departments and other agencies who receive funding each get a 15-minute slot.
All right, okay.
So typically, it's attended by each library director from one of the Brown County libraries, and we typically speak on behalf of the libraries, and then any patrons or board members who want to come to support and say a few words are also welcome to do so.
Well, you've certainly got a lot to report, a lot to brag about in a lot of ways,
And the other libraries are just as busy as we are with activities for
That's
summer.
wonderful. Yeah, good. Okay, I think we're on to our action items.
Speaking of action.
Yeah.
I'm horrified. Oh, too bad. Sorry.
It happens.
Next time I'll be better. All right, here we go. This is a request for Newell Public Library Board action to receive and order filed purchase of shelving. The library board budgeted to spend $25,000 on shelving for the children's room and service desk area during 2025. This includes replacing the children's room picture and board book browsing bins with traditional bookcase shelving. This will free up space in the story time area. The library is also adding traditional bookcase shelving along the wall next to the service desk. This will provide expanded shelving for some of the library's newer collections, like board games or Spanish language books. The library has selected Library Furniture International to complete the projects. That's LFI. LFI has completed prior projects in the children's room and service desk area and will use the same models and colorways as the existing shelving. And the total purchase cost is included below and in the attached quote. Materials are $18,284, and installation and freight is $4,626 for a total, under budget, I might notice,
Yes.
of $22,910. Library Furniture International will complete the installation. So we've
So
got, go
this
ahead.
purchase is already underway. when I've talked to the city manager about purchases like this in the past, this is his recommended form for it to come to the board.
Yes.
Since it was a budgeted expense and we're under budget, you don't necessarily have to approve it. You're just
We should
acknowledging
know
that
about
it's, you know about it.
Right, so do we need a resolution?
No.
No. Well, I'll just take a motion to receive and have
To acknowledge
filed.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
And, well, it's great to be under budget. Any other
Absolutely.
comments? So it's, where are we in the process?
So I just saw specs for the metal parts of the shelving.
Okay.
I'm waiting on specs for the milled pieces that will be used.
Okay.
So the vendor's working on manufacturing at this point.
All right. And I suppose next month you'll tell us in the activities report that they're in.
Right, it was possible, depending on their schedule.
You never, well, and moving books is no picnic either, you know. But,
No.
So, all right. All in favor of receiving the ordered file this report, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, pose same sign. Okay, good. Now on to our real resolutions. Resolution number 2025-23 to approve library closure for staff training day. The library director requests that the library board approve closing the library for the entire day on Friday, October 24th, 2025, to allow time for staff training. Topics will include Brown County homelessness resources, safety, technology, and workplace communications. Trainers will include the New Ulm Police Department, Brown County Human Services, and library staff. The library director confirmed with the city manager that the city manager has no concerns with closing the library for training on October 24th. So it's a busy day. Sounds like a busy day.
Yeah.
So, can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion
To
that-
offer that resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Any discussion?
Those sound like wonderful topics.
Yes,
Yes, they do.
to get it all done in one day, too.
Right, right, good,
Yeah,
good,
we
good.
typically have a staff meeting once a month on a Friday morning before we open, but that's an hour and 15 minutes tops that we
Yeah.
get, and often we have other things for discussion where we can't focus on training, so this really allows us some time to do that.
Well, in this way, it's done. It's finished, and we don't have to think about it then.
Right, right, great. All right, Secretary, call the roll.
Dustin, yes. Caitlin,
Yes.
Ruth Ann,
Yes.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Menon,
Yes,
Lynn,
Yes.
Hope.
Yes.
For resolution. Now we go on to resolution number 2025-24, accepting Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund grant. On July 2025 meeting, the Traverse des Sioux Regional Library Board awarded New Ulm Public Library with an Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund legacy grant in the amount of $750. The grant will cover the cost of historian John Hammond's presentation, The Infamous Dakota War Trials of 1862, Revenge, Military Law, and the Judgment of History. Raymond will present at the Brown County Historical Society on Wednesday, August 20th, 2025 at 12 p.m. as part of the U.S. Dakota War commemorations events. I'm going to miss that, and I'm sorry about that. But it sounds fascinating. Okay, can I have a motion offering that resolution?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any other discussion except it's, you know, I hope it's well attended. Those usually are. Okay. All right, any other discussion? Hearing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Dustin, yes. Caitlin,
Yes.
Ruth Ann,
Yes.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Menon,
yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Hope.
Yes.
All right. We have more money. Okay, now on to resolution number 2025-25, accepting a TDS honorarium. During July 2025, Traverse des Sioux Regional Library Board, TDS, meeting, they awarded New Ulm Public Library with an $800 honorarium to cover the cost of Minnesota Library Association conference attendance for the Programming and Technology Services Director. Any costs over $800 will be covered by New Ulm Public Library's travel, conferences, and school budget line. The conference will be held October 9 through 10 in St. Cloud, Minnesota, and this year's theme is Cultivating Connections. The Program and Technology Service Librarian is presenting a session on partnering with your local TV station. Hooah for the local TV station,
Yes.
great. And he will be joined by New Ulm Community Access television technicians. Oh, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Great. Do I have a motion to accept this resolution?
I'll move.
In a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? Oh, Secretary, call the roll.
Dustin, yes. Caitlin,
Yes.
Ruth Ann.
Yes.
Yvonne,
Yes.
Manon,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Hope.
Yes.
We have a resolution. Is there any other business to come before this board? All right. Hearing none. Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.